crowds in recent seasons. Very different feel to the game this afternoon with no supporters here. But there is no denying the significance of this game as we go into the 7th match of the WSL season and the finale of the women's football weekend. Arsenal come into this match off the back of losing their 100% winning record last weekend. Defeat Manchester United, a performance where they were way under par. Saw United go top of the table. It also means Manchester United are one of only 2 remaining sides with unbeaten league records. The other, Chelsea. A 4-0 win against Everton last weekend, where Bethany England stole the show, leaves them 2 points behind second-placed Arsenal. However, they do have a game in hand, with Manchester United coming back to draw with City yesterday. An Arsenal victory would put them back to the top of the table this afternoon. Win today and champions Chelsea will be in pole position to go top when they play their rearranged fixture with Aston Villa. Just last month, Chelsea thrashed Arsenal 4-1 in the Continental Cup, and they do have the upper hand in this particular fixture. 3 changes for Arsenal from that defeat against Manchester United, and some welcome returns too. None more so than captain Kim Little, who's back from a hamstring injury. Leonie Meyer back from injury too, and Jill Roord after a knee problem. Also a welcome return on the bench for Lisa Evans. Far more simple to work out Emma Hayes' side after that 4-0 win against Everton. Would have been harsh to make changes. She remains unchanged, although, as always, the competition is fierce for those positions up front. But Bethany England, with 2 goals and 2 assists in that match, keeps Sam Kerr out of the side. Not a bad option to have on the bench, though. Captain Magdalena Eriksson signed a new 3-year contract with Chelsea this week. And what's such a competitive WSL this season with new leaders Manchester United, Manchester City only winning 3 of their opening 7 games. Those who know the Arsenal manager, Joe Montemuro, know exactly what I mean when I say that he doesn't take defeat well, and he doesn't hide his emotions either. And he admitted there might be a psychological barrier when it comes to facing this side, Chelsea. Since beating them 5-0 at Kingsmeadow back in October 2018, the Gunners have lost 6 consecutive matches against Emma Hayes' side. And they lost this fixture 4-1 last season too. Kirsty Dowell is the referee this afternoon for a London derby that Emma Hayes described as not a normal fixture. She does, though, say that Arsenal are always among the contenders. Joe Montemuro hasn't had a great record in the big games, but his side are known for their high goal-scoring feats. This is a fixture that normally guarantees goals as well. At least 3 in the last 8 meetings between these sides, and both teams have scored in 8 of the last 10. Ahead of kick-off, both teams take a knee as they unite together in solidarity against racial discrimination. Here we go then. It's the final game of the women's football weekend, and the one we've all been waiting for, Arsenal against Chelsea. We're underway with Arsenal kicking from left to right in this first period, and instantly on the attack. And the ball is only partially cleared as well, as Roord plays it back infield to Meyer. Tussling into the penalty area, Meyer keeps going as well. And Eriksson manages to get the ball away. Not too tidy from Chelsea in the opening stages of the game. Manchester United's high-tempo press caused Arsenal big problems last week, which really suits the style of Chelsea's play as well. Arsenal need to prove their real title credentials this afternoon. They've had numerous injuries to contend with in recent weeks, Arsenal as well. Still missing a number of important players: Jordan Nobbs, Jen Beattie, Steph Catley, Noelle Moritz as well. But it's starting to slowly clear up. Whether they'll get through 90 minutes or not is another question, but certainly Little and Raud's return is hugely important to that midfield area. Little instantly involved in the action with a foul from Ji early in the game. Ji So-yun scored a brilliant opening goal against Everton last week. That was Chelsea's 11th straight home league win. Away from home, they've not been too shabby either. An unbeaten league record of 26 games. Little looks as though she'll be okay as she makes her way to the side of the pitch. Earlier today, Brighton won 1-0 away to West Ham United. Story of draws in most of the matches in the WSL on Saturday, as Chelsea try and force the error from the restart. Pressing at the back, rather wayward clearance from the captain Eriksson. They do have it back with Millie Bright at the back now. It's a really good ball from Bright. Worked out to the far side of the field. Anderson lays the ball back to Sophie Ingle. Anna Hayes celebrated 8 years in charge of Chelsea in August. 7 trophies to her name in that time, but she says she lives under the fear of failure and still dreads the sack. The opportunity, you would think, is really there, though, with Manchester United's credentials as title winners still to be proven. And Manchester City's slow start to the season as well. You get a feeling that these two sides will very much be up there come the end of the campaign. Another stoppage in play early in the game, and an apology from Katie McCabe as the shoelaces came undone. She makes her way over to take it, but Little still receiving treatment on the side of the pitch there for the knock that she took from Ji So-yun early in the match, and as you can see, it's drawn blood. Loopholes. She was penned in by the corner flag. Arsenal clear up to the halfway line, but nobody forward in a red shirt waiting for the ball, so easily picked up by Eriksson. For Bright angles a ball into the box. Zinsberger watches that one go harmlessly wide of the post, and with 4 minutes gone, the goalkeeper has an opportunity to get an early touch of the ball. Eventually, Zinsberger gets it downfield, but it's only as far as a Chelsea shirt. And Chelsea now have a throw-in. Pernilla Harder wins that over on the far side of the ball. The Denmark captain, record signing, world record signing, proving her worth with an absolute beauty of a goal right at the end of that game against Everton last weekend. Mjelde doesn't have too many options forward, but Chelsea so comfortable on the ball, even at the back. Loopholes now, back to Bright. Angle ball from Eriksson is controlled on the edge of the box. Appeals for handball, though. And the flag does go up on the far side of the field. 27th of January 2019, the last time that Chelsea tasted defeat in the league, at home to Birmingham City some 658 days ago. Little still on the side of the pitch receiving treatment. They've been down to 10 for the last 4 minutes, Arsenal, but they do win the ball back here with Raud. Over the halfway line they come. Rord was the target of the pass from Ford. And it's out of play for a throw-in. Rord won the September Player of the Month award, an award that so far this season has been exclusively held by Arsenal players. Vivianne Miedema picking it up in October, and no real surprise there. In fact, it was a close run thing because her teammate Katie McCabe was also in the running alongside Manchester United's Alessia Russo, Claire Emsley of Everton and Rachel Causey of Birmingham City. Asking a lot down the far side of Anderson to get to the ball here. Maya stood her ground and puts it out for a throw-in. Close to the corner flag, they take it quickly. Loopholes. The delivery is headed away on the edge of the box, but it is picked up by a Chelsea player. Scuffed effort into the box. England was lurking, and now Arsenal have a chance to come forward on the counter-attack here over the halfway line. And they do manage to thread the ball through as well. Miedema was lurking, so too though, and Katrin Berger, the goalkeeper, getting there first. Little is back on the pitch now. England bursts her lungs to try and reach the ball. It goes out of play for a goal kick. What a pass that was to Miedema. Eriksson said her aim is to win a European trophy with Chelsea after signing that new contract with the club this week. Her manager says she very much shares the same ambition, which is why they both agreed so easily on the new contract. Maya plays it back to Williamson. Williamson's pass helped forward by Volti. Gives away possession. Anderson has space to get a left-footed cross in. She hangs the cross up as well. England got something on it. Not enough, though, as she glances her header wide. So much attention, and rightly being on Vivianne Miedema, reaching that all-time record milestone of 52 WSL goals a few weeks ago. 4 goals against London Lionesses as well at the start of the month. England is on 44 herself, only 8 behind her. And England only 26 years of age, and Miedema 24. This will be a long-running battle. You would imagine at the top of the scoring charts. There was a foul there on Jill Rord, and they try and set themselves to take it quickly. Volti, in the end, plays a short pass back. So Williamson, the modern-day centre-half, as she was described in an article this week, at the back for Arsenal. Try to play the ball down the line. Little making a run. Miedema will put Bright under pressure. He gets it back to her keeper. Good clearance from her. Another foul conceded, and this time Rorty's gone down. Volti, in fact, who was on the end of loopholes, who certainly didn't seem as though it was intentional. Really good turn away from her marker. A decent ball played into the channel as well. They couldn't bring it under control, and that's out for a throw-in on the far side of the field. She got a congratulatory message from Roman Abramovich when Chelsea won the title on points per game back in June. Really been talking up the ability of her defensive unit from goalkeeper right through the back line this week, off the back of Eriksen's new deal. Much has been made of her decisions in attack. Whoever she picks, people question the player that she leaves out of the side. Should it be Sam Kerr? Should it be Bethany England? Or you even take into consideration the likes of Harder and Cuthbert, Ingle, Ji-So-Yun. Supplying the ammunition around her, but they have been rock solid at the back too, Chelsea. And G battles to try and win the ball there. The throw-in will go the way of Chelsea. It's Anderson who comes across and takes this one. G under control. Good footwork to turn away from the challenge from her. Really good technician on the ball, Ji-So-Yun. Loopholes touch let herself down there. A sliding challenge comes in, and it was a crunching challenge from Cuthbert to win it straight back for Chelsea. Harder rather gave up on that one as they played the crossfield ball, though. And instead it's out of play for a throw-in for Arsenal deep inside their own half as the wind and rain starts to gather pace around Meadow Park. 75,000 supporters attended the inaugural women's football weekend last year. The quality of football on display, the likes of Alex Morgan starting for Spurs yesterday. Yeah, rather surprising draw with Bristol City. The one big shame, as we say every week, isn't it, that supporters aren't here to witness it, watching some of the amazing goals in the fixture between these sides last season. And the atmosphere inside Meadow Park and Kings Meadow as well. Right down in front of Joe Montemurro, it's an Arsenal throw. Eriksen got across Miedema to read the situation, then she sets off on a run downfield, but she runs into traffic, battles to win the ball back and gives away a free kick in the process. Williamson. Little got a bit of space to look up and get into. She'll pass out to the left-hand side. This is a good run. Elder stood her ground. She still has defensive work to do here. Looking for options. It's back into the feet of Volti. In the end, though, it's Chelsea who come away with the ball, and it's loopholes in midfield. Miedema closed her down and put her under enough pressure to force the throw-in Arsenal's way. Good tracking back from Miedema there. Using loopholes to put the ball out of play. Mead leaves it for Maya. Strong flick on from Mead. Little has the run of Mead down the right-hand side. She couldn't quite get there, but Arsenal battled to win it back again. Lovely touch from G. Out for a Chelsea throw. You can see the surface water as they get the ball back there. G now does well to keep hold of it and switch it over to the right-hand side. One touch pass in this from Chelsea, and they win a free kick. midway inside the Arsenal half. Opening 16 minutes of this game have flown by, even though we haven't had any clear-cut chances for either side so far. Will this free kick, though, present the first opportunity of the game? Difficult for the goalkeeper in these skiddy, windy conditions. A long way out, though, to go for goal. Cuthbert stands over the ball. G is lurking, so too Mjelda. Looks as though it's Cuthbert who takes the long run up. It was charged down, but she's going to get a second bite of the cherry here, and she managed to skip that challenge and help it back on its way to Ingle. Chelsea leave players forward as they get the ball back. Arsenal now starting to come at them. A wayward pass gives it away. Cuthbert, good composure under pressure there to control it. Via Anderson get it back to their goalkeeper. Wolf, he goes down and is told just to calm down a little bit with her protest there. So much international experience within this Arsenal side as well. 84 caps for Switzerland. Leah Volti. Jill Roord with 56 Netherlands caps to her name. Caitlin Ford with 81 for Australia. Leonie Meyer with 73 for Germany. All the way through the side, really. Ruben Moy, one of the youngsters in this Arsenal side, who many felt could and possibly should have been sent off against Manchester United last week. Dangerous cross-field pass on the edge of their own box. It was anticipated by Harder, but Arsenal just about get away with it. And they win themselves a free kick with Ingle a little too eager to win the ball back there. Ingle. Right. The goalkeeper Anne-Katrin Berger. Good distribution and ball well under control as well by Anderson. Both sides cancelling each other out so far. Williamson at the other end, back to her goalkeeper. Chelsea have scored at least one goal in the first half of every Women's Super League game so far this season. And they've won their last 5 matches in a row. A little bit naughty there in the battle to win the ball back over on that far side. Bit of afters. It is an Arsenal free kick. Go long. Ford went up for the ball. No nonsense clearance, puts the ball out of play from Eriksson. Vivianne Miedema has had very little to feed off so far in this game. You know, she doesn't need too many opportunities. Rarely does she fail to score, but she did last week against Manchester United, so 2 games without a goal in a row, by her high standards, would be a mini drought. Long way to go in this game yet, though. We're approaching the midway stage of the first half as Chelsea come forward on the attack. Ingle. Ran themselves into trouble there as they tried to go back. Now space opens up. It's a really good ball as well. Beth Mead waits for support. She has the overlapping run from Maya. Instead, she goes for the cross. Just too high as she got it into the area. Right idea as she tried to pick out the on-rushing Miedema. Plenty of time to think about this one. And really, Maya really busted gut to get down the line there. Instead, she went for the cross, which was the right idea. Just too high for the on-rushing striker. Lotta Wubben-Moy. Zinsberger and Williamson. And Wubben-Moy back to the goalkeeper. Ji thought about trying to put the keeper under pressure. Comfortably played out from the back though by Arsenal, and this is good football. Still penned into their own half though. Williamson. Toe poke through, and Miedema is through. The goalkeeper does really well to deal with that one. Miedema almost found herself one-on-one, but the ball ran away from her in a similar situation at the other end. Needs Zinsberger to be alert. Late recovery challenge in her first touch, letting herself down a bit there, Caitlin Ford. And well, she took Erin Cuthbert with her as she won the ball back. Chelsea have won each of their last 3 meetings with Arsenal in the top flight. In fact, no team has beaten Arsenal more. Interestingly, since their last league defeat back in January 2019 that we mentioned earlier for Chelsea, even though they're 26 games unbeaten, Arsenal have actually picked up more points in that period. 72 points for Arsenal since January 2019, compared to Chelsea's 66 from that day of defeat to Birmingham City. Throw in a few draws for Chelsea, gives you the reason why. And the league could not really have been much tighter on points per game last season as well, with Chelsea crowned champions. Harder. Anderson gets forward. Harder continues her run down that left-hand side. Into the penalty area she goes. It's a deflected cross, which just took the sting out of the ball as England waited on the edge of the 6-yard box. And Arsenal might have an opportunity to counter-attack here. Mead. Infield to Little. Little thought about playing it back out wide to Mead. She does eventually. Maya plays it infield. Volti continues her run into the box and goes down. The referee was having none of it. Would have been a soft one. Many vague appeals from Leah Volti, the Swiss international as well. Here's Leah Williamson. Used in midfield during England's recent training squad at St George's Park. Frustration for England with yet another postponement next week. Game against Norway at Wembley Stadium is off. It means England haven't played since March still. Harder tried to put Maya under pressure. He switches play over to that far side of the field, but it's Chelsea who win it back, and Cuthbert now plays the ball down that right-hand side. Wubben-Moy gets across and plays it off for the Chelsea player. Here was that penalty appeal again. Anderson was the closest to her. think her momentum took her over, really. The football purist will say, at least we didn't have a delay while we went to VAR for any decisions, as more rain pours down around Meadow Park. Millie Bright plays it all the way back to her keeper. Had time to take a touch before clearing downfield. Berger's pass there was an awkward one to deal with. It's going out of play for a rather needless throw-in for Chelsea, level with the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Miedema gets back to help out defensively. Her record in London derbies is pretty phenomenal as well, by the way. The only player to reach 10 goals in such matches. Each of her 4 goals against Chelsea, incidentally, have come at Kings Meadow and not here at Meadow Park. Eriksson. Picked up in midfield in that quarterback role by Ingle. All got tangled under the feet of Cuthbert. Arsenal throw. Miedema now is down receiving treatment. Sight nobody at Arsenal needs to see. Player of the month for October with 6 goals, 1 assist. Strikes against Bristol City, a double at Brighton, and that first half famous hat-trick at home to Tottenham. Just the 4 goals as well at the beginning of November. Means 10 in 6 appearances for Miedema so far. Joe Montemuro, her manager. Pass of the shoulder. She's ready to come back on that far side of the field when she gets the signal. It's back underway. She's still waiting for the message. Now Miedema is back on the field. It is a Chelsea throw-in. England's header, rather like Miedema. Not said her name too much in this match so far. Zinsberger calls for the ball before it goes out of play and comes to gather, and then bowls the ball out quickly. Pass was cut out by a Chelsea player, but Arsenal come forward over the halfway line. Now they're forced back again. Here Williamson back to her goalkeeper. Racked up 1,072 progressive yards in the statistic stakes. And she is on the ball again now. Maybe a more telling statistic is the fact that she's in a league of her own when it comes to assists and predicted assists in this division. There's Williamson on the ball now. Slightly overran it that time, and when she did play the ball forward, she gave it straight back to Chelsea. Bright, her goalkeeper, as the sun finally comes out on this damp Sunday afternoon. Game that has promised so much under the floodlights here. It's a rarity that we haven't seen a goal in this fixture by this stage of the game. It has been a rather pragmatic affair so far. Ward plays it back. The goalkeeper comes all the way out to gather that one. Here's Leah Williamson. Maya continued her run. Beth Mead has given herself work to do. And Mead does win it back, but a free kick had been given after a collision involving Maya and Anderson. In fact, it was Eriksson, the captain, who clattered into her there as she picked up the pieces. And the other card shown to Leonie Maya there. Seemed a little bit of a harsh yellow card for Maya, who battling to win the ball. Who will land up with the pot of gold at the end of this game. Rainbow across the autumn sky. Do get a feeling that the winner of this game would be the favourite, with Manchester United still to be really proven so far this season. Here come Arsenal on the attack now. Niedermaer's waiting on the edge of the box. Nobody really to aim for in the penalty area as a result of that one. G plays it off her own teammate, but she does get a throw in. Strength from Little. Williamson. Went for the crossfield ball when there were maybe easier options. That's out of play on the far side of the field. Well, Arsenal carried out an internal review last month after no fewer than 7 players were ruled out through injury. Kim Little, Jill Roord amongst that list. Manuela Zinsberger. The goalkeepers have, ironically, I don't think really had to touch the ball with their hands once. Lots of back passes and things to deal with their feet. With 10 minutes to go until half-time, and probably only a couple of minutes stoppage at the end of the first half. Neither side have had a save to make, or indeed an effort at goal off target. G, though, set the pieces here, tried to release an early ball, but Williamson well positioned to stifle that one. Mead back to Williamson. Wubben-Moy. McCabe. Back to Wubben-Moy. Drop of the shoulder from Maya. Herself into trouble. It's a free kick. Again, no. Free kick taken and played straight back as they build from defence. positive from an Arsenal perspective is they have looked a lot more solid than they did against Man United last week. It was a late goal they conceded to Ella Toon, but Manchester United had several opportunities before that where they could have scored, albeit Arsenal hit the post themselves. But so far, both sides just reluctant, tentative in that final third. Mjelder's header. Lovely skill to come away with the ball there. Referee plays advantage though, and Chelsea crowded out. It's back with Zinsberger. Little. Mead goes down holding her ankle. Sophie Ingle, Wales captain. Millie Bright to Eriksson. Play an early ball forward this time. Cuthbert couldn't control that one. Zinsberger to Leah Williamson. Back to Zinsberger, the goalkeeper. Signing from Bayern Munich in May 2019. Captain of Austria. Williamson takes it to the halfway line, gets it forward to Mead. Every time they get the ball in an attacking position, it seems back in defence. Before you know it, worked out to the left-hand side. It's good football from Arsenal, and now they do have an opportunity on the attack. Unselfish from Little, it's Miedemar. Shot was charged down, and Berger off the line to gather that one. Maybe not as sharp and fleet-footed as she would ordinarily expect to be inside the penalty area, trying to work the space to get the shot away. That was better from Arsenal. Wubben-Moy. Not a good pass from her, straight into the dugout where Emma Hayes won't be too disappointed at all with her side's performance in this game from a defensive perspective, but you do wonder how long it will be before she looks to the bench for some of those attacking changes available to her, not just Sam Kerr, but the likes of Guri Reiten. Played out from the back by Wubben-Moy. She gets it back. 21-year-old England under-21 defender. Her first call up to the Lionesses squad back in September. Montemiro in his 4th season in charge of Arsenal now, heading to the FA Cup final in his 1st season in charge. They lost, of all people, to Chelsea in that final. Bright steps in to win the ball back again. And this is a better ball forward. Here's England, the flag had stayed down. Cuthbert, she wanted a free kick. Playing to the whistle though. Here's Ingle. Ingle switches play over to the right-hand side. Really well read at the back though by Arsenal, and it's back with Bright. She wins a throw. Eriksson to Anderson. Mjelde. England was never going to get to that one. And Zinsberger bowls the ball out from the back. Volti. Katie McCabe. Try and play the ball down the line this time. Little, well, quite a late flag going up against her. The UEFA Pro licence, Joe Montemuro, 51-year-old, studied a PhD at the University of Loughborough with a focus on sport psychology performance. Needed to get into the heads of his Arsenal players this week to try and rid them of any lingering doubts they might have as to their record when it comes to beating Chelsea. After some disappointing, to say the least, moments in recent years against this side. Oh, that was a wayward pass. This could be their chance here. And the effort comes in. It's off the crossbar. And it bounces back down off the bar again. Mead puts the keeper under pressure. Still, they don't clear. And in the end, the effort doesn't even go out of play on that far side. A random sequence of events. Not once, but twice do Arsenal hit the bar. But Chelsea survive.
Sorry.
What an opportunity that was. It was a terrible pass, picked up by Caitlin Ford. And in fairness to Ann-Katrin Berger, under pressure from Mead on the follow-up, she did really well to get that one away. Into the final minute then of the first half, and the game has just livened up a little bit. A lucky let-off for Chelsea right at the end of the half. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. Oh, hitting the bar and bouncing back down onto it. And now Miedemar gives chase, and the goalkeeper, she got something on it, and now she's playing the role of fullback. Miedemar around her. Chelsea clear their lines. The goalkeeper still a long way out. Miedemar knows it as well. Eriksson concedes the corner. Will there be a last chance at the end of this half from the first corner of this game? It's taken 45 minutes to come. And Katrin Berger kept her composure there when the league's top scorer was bearing down on goal. Two minutes of added on time at the end of this first half then. McCabe delivers. Header high over the crossbar. They finished with a flourish, Arsenal, in what has been a cagey first half between these two sides. Leah Williamson's header. What a strike that was from Caitlin Ford. Mead must have thought that she was going to be on the score sheet there. Here's Caitlin Ford again. Miedema wants it played into the channel. It's where it goes, but it was a bit too late for her there. She needed the ball played earlier. She's got a bit of history against Chelsea, Caitlin Ford, after signing for Arsenal. And scoring on her debut against Lewis. She made only her second appearance in the League Cup final defeat to Chelsea back in February at Wembley. That was her last appearance before the pandemic. Five goals in her last 7 games, including the 1 goal they scored in that defeat to Chelsea in the Conti Cup back in September. And it was her effort off the crossbar. It was the only real chance of note in this first period. So 0-0 it is at half-time. Arsenal, though, will be pleased with the way that half finished. An intriguing tactical encounter between these two sides, but so far, and it's a rarity, Chelsea haven't scored in the first half. It's 0-0.